Welcome. My name is Peter Strong, and I'm a professional mindfulness therapist offering mindfulness therapy online for the treatment of anxiety and depression and other emotional problems. If you'd like to learn how to overcome anxiety without medication, then I can definitely help you through these online sessions. Mindfulness therapy teaches us that the prime cause of anxiety is the way that we identify with our emotions and with our thoughts. So what happens is that an emotional reaction gets triggered by triggers which could be thoughts, they could be external events, as in a driving anxiety. It could be a whole range of factors. It could be physical sensations experienced in the body. These are triggers, and what they trigger is an habitual emotional reaction. That is psychological, and that habitual psychological reaction then triggers reactive thinking and behavioral reactivity, such as avoidance strategies. It also triggers bodily reactions, such as increased heart rate, increased perspiration, reddening of the face, and other common physical sensations associated with anxiety. These reactions in turn trigger and feed the underlying emotional reaction, and so it becomes a vicious circle. The secret is to really learn how to break this reactive habit, this cycle in which one part triggers another part, creating that anxiety. We need to learn, for example, to be able to isolate the triggers and see the triggers without blindly reacting emotionally. We need to be able to see the emotional reactions and hold them in conscious awareness without allowing them to trigger thought reactions, and so on. And we need to be able to also develop conscious awareness of body sensations that are produced by the anxiety without reacting to those physical sensations in the body with catastrophic thinking and other forms of emotional reaction. So once we can start to separate these different elements and start to disidentify from them, then we can break the habit that creates the anxiety and feeds it. And once you stop feeding the anxiety, then the anxiety reaction itself, the emotional reaction, will begin to subside, and eventually it will be eliminated or reduced to a normal level. So this is the subject of mindfulness therapy. We learn how to identify the triggers, the emotional reactions, the thought reactions, the behavioral reactions, and the bodily reactions. And we learn to separate each one from the others so that we can break this reactive cycle. It's quite easy actually to do. The real problem is that we've never done this before. Most people have never really thought to look at the elements of their emotional reactivity. They just blindly identify with them. But there is, as we say in mindfulness therapy, there is no law that says you have to react in a certain way. Reactions are habits, and habits are a product of blindness, of not being seen as much as anything else. So if you'd like to learn more about how to overcome anxiety without using medication, then please go to my website and email me, and we can schedule a Skype therapy session at a time that works for you, and I'll begin teaching you the practical ways of managing your emotional reactivity. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.